Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm hoping that a few people have a chance to hop on. Y'all, I'm a little bit late. I actually was supposed to do this before I got moving. Hey, Ma. But yeah, I actually was supposed to do this before I started working this morning, but you already in. I was supposed to do this before I even. Hey, honey. I was supposed to do this live before I started working, but I got caught up working and time kind of got away from me. So I'm not going to be up here long. I just want to get this out and then I can move forward. I want to go ahead and get this out because the Lord keeps saying, you still didn't do what I asked you to do. So I'm going to do it. So if you know me, then you know that I like clothing with pockets in it, right? Dresses with pockets, pants, pockets. For me, the more pockets, the merrier. I love pockets because they provide storage, places to keep my valuables, to keep them close to me. Anything that I see as valuable, I'm going to stick it in one of those pockets that's close. Pockets with zippers, my absolute favorite. Shout out to Fabletics. They have like some amazing sweats with pockets, right? And women, we have a special pocket that men don't have. That they call it grandma's change purse. Everybody knows about that pocket, right? So, anyways, I like to go thrifting now. Thrifting's my whole jam. I love it. And I came across this blazer, right? This blazer was so bomb. I love thrifting anyway. So anyway, come across this blazer. Everything about this blazer is something that I like. I mean, yeah, color, fit, all of that. It had flaps on the outside and everything, right? But here's the thing. It looked like it had pockets. But when I got that thing home, y'all, it just had the flaps with no pockets. Flaps with no pockets. Okay? So, this is what the Lord was telling me today. Because I was in my feelings. I was in my feelings about the flaps with no actual pockets thing. Right? But he told me to look up the fig tree. So, this is Matthew 21:19 through 22. Okay. And it says, seeing a lone fig tree at the roadside, he went to it and found nothing but leaves on it. And he said to it, never again will fruit come from you. And at once the fig tree withered. When the disciples saw it, they were astonished and asked, how is it that the fig tree has withered away all at once? Jesus replied to them, I assure you and most solemnly say to you, if you have faith, personal trust, and confidence in me, and do not doubt or allow yourself to be drawn in two directions, you will not only do what was done to the fig tree, but even if you say to this mountain, be taken up and thrown into the sea, it will happen if God wills it. And whatever you ask for in prayer, believing, you will receive. Okay. So I'm like, okay, Lord, what you saying? What you saying to me? Whew. Okay. What he was bringing to the forefront for me a while back, right? if you know me, I used to live in North Carolina. I got fed up with things that looked like something they weren't. So I chose myself to, I know it's small, but no longer get fake Christmas trees. Okay. And if I can't get a real one, I don't want it at all. So every year, I had to believe God for a real Christmas tree when everybody else was like, oh, I got my tree from last year. Oh, I got this from last year. Well, that's not how the Lord was ministering to me, right? He was saying that he needed for me to be authentic, that I could not present as one way and not be what I'm presenting. That I had to be the same way at home, as at church, as at work. No matter where I am, I had to be the same, right? And somebody asked one of my kids, like, how is it that I'm always full at church? And my child's response was, well, she's full at home. She's the same way. It doesn't matter where she is. Quite honestly, I love sweatpants and a t-shirt. I'm just like that at home. I'm just like that at church. That's just who I am. I don't change. But then I said, okay, God, well, I had another blazer and I was looking at this one and I was like, oh my goodness, this particular blazer, I bet you is just the same way as the one without pockets, right? Cause I seen the flaps. So I was like feeling sus, like, I don't even know if I should even deal with this one or not, because it looked identical. It looked identical, right? But here is the thing. This particular blazer, under close inspection, it did have pockets, but the pockets were sewn shut. That's the thing. Inside the pocket, when you lift it up, right? Sometimes the pockets are tacked together. And so you have to go through and pluck up that piece of thread that has the pocket bound, right? So I was like, oh, okay. So one, I can't judge two things that look alike. I have to do a closer inspection. That's one for me, right? And then two, that's deep. After doing a closer inspection, sometimes in order to get the thing that you want, you have to do a little bit of work. And that means that you may have to free up the thing that you're trying to get to. Wow, God is, he's speaking to me now, even now, right? So don't compare two things, even though they look alike. Second thing is the thing that has what you need, the thing that has what you need or what you desire, it just may be bound. And so it requires a little bit of work, or what he was telling me, a little tending to. So I said, okay, God, okay. Now I was happy. I was a happy camper boy. When I got that pocket open, I was like, oh yeah, stick my hands in this pocket. Cause I put everything in my pockets. Okay. And then, but what he was telling me, he was saying this small piece of thread, the thread was the thing that had the pocket bound. He said in the same way is our relationship with Christ often denied access to the benefits of God because of the small or the little foxes that spoil the vine. So I was like, well, okay, the little foxes that spoil the vine. And he said, yeah, that tongue, that thing in your mouth, that's the smallest part of the body. And he said, but it's the largest rudder on the ship, and it helps to steer your life in the direction. It's the things that we say. It's the things that we say, our words that we say that direct our lives. And we have what we say. It says that if we say that we sick, we gonna be sick. right? If you say that you broke, you're going to be broke. If you say that you tired, you're going to be tired. So ultimately, though, we're supposed to say what the word of God says. And his word says that we are healed, that by his stripes we were healed. It says, that we are heirs and joint heirs with him. So we should have nothing missing and nothing lacking. If our Father owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, then we have access to it all. And the only thing that can deny us access is this tongue, the small little fox that spoils the vine. It also says that we are supposed to be the lender and not the borrower, above and not beneath. We are victorious. We are overcomers. We've overcome the world because of Christ that's in us. So it shouldn't be anything that you can't have as long as it is according to the will of God. Whew. He talks to me in the little small things. So listen, you know that because we are heirs and joint heirs with him, that we are entitled to benefits, right? But the thing that stops us from getting the benefits is this tongue. So I'm going to say to you, like he said to me, don't allow that small little piece of thread, the thing that had you bound, this right here, to deny you access from the benefits of Christ. Get in his word. Find out what the benefits are for being a part of his kingdom. And begin to speak those things. It says, think on those things that are above and not beneath. Those things that are true and honorable, right? We have what we say, and I wanted to share that with you. Listen, I love you, and we know that he loves you too, and that's why his love speaks. Y'all, I love you, and I'll see you again soon whenever he gives me something else. All right, y'all. Peace.